you your grace and your spirit. It's like I'm nothing without you. You are everything. I'm taking on your love as you wrap me in your arms. Forever I will seek your face in everywhere, 'cause the soul cries out for you. My soul cries out for you, you. Yeah, my soul cries out for you. My soul cries out for you, you. Yeah. Sweet Holy Spirit, keep me close to you. I don't wanna be lost, no turning from your view. In times of trouble, when the storm toss me around, Spirit, fill my heart with the rest from you. I'm looking on to you, no turning from your view. I'll testify that you are God. The soul cries out for you. I got to stand up. My soul cries out for you, you. Can y'all see me? Yeah, my soul cries out for you. My soul cries out for you, you. I got one more here. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, 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 oh. I'm singing Holy Spirit song. Y'all just coming in, so we're gonna play it again. This is called Sweet Holy Spirit. It's worldwide. Spotify, Apple, you name it. It's called Sweet Holy Spirit. My heart cries out for you. We gonna blast it. I need one. Sing with me. You cover me from the rain in the mist. You shield me from the beast. I wind up back in your fist. You gave me victory. I owe my life to you, your grace and your spirit. It's like I'm nothing without you. You are everything. I'm taken by your love as you wrap me in your arms. Forever I will seek your face in everywhere, 'cause the soul cries out for you. My soul cries out for you, you. Yeah, my soul cries out for you. My soul cries out for you, you. Yeah. Y'all better be dancing with me. Sweet Holy Spirit, keep me close to you. I don't wanna be lost or turn from your view. In times of trouble, when the storm toss me around, Spirit, fill my heart with the rest from you. I'm looking on to you, no turning from your view. I'll testify that you are God. My soul cries out for you. My soul cries out for you. My soul cries out for the Holy Spirit. Yeah. My soul cries out for you. My soul cries out for you, you. That took some breath from me. I'm still exercising, but you know, my lungs are still recovering from the 2 times I was in the hospital. Hallelujah, bless God. Let me take some water. How's everybody doing? Hold up, I got all my stuff I want to tell y'all in my other phone. Wait. Okay? Who's in the house? Wait, where are my glasses? Because I don't want this glare from this phone. Hi, James. Hi, Doris. Hi, Missy Boa. Hi, Heaven. Hi, Innocent something. Hi, Margie. Hi, Troy. Hi, Coach Nina. Margie. What's up, Devontae? Hi, Gil. Hi, Kevin Sanders. Yeah, I know I'm early this morning. I didn't think a lot of people would come on because it's very early. But they can catch it in the archives because I'm an early riser. Plus, I'm about to get out of here in a little while. So, I have some things to tell you. Okay, so the first one is going to be kind of shocking because I asked God about the Iraqi dinar. I asked him, was it still going to revalue one day? Because we ain't heard nothing from it. I was just seeing this. Oh, you was? Oh, I'm gonna check my Facebook probably tonight or tomorrow. Because I don't have Messenger on my phone, James. You came down nice, good part. Yeah, I still got some weight to lose. I still got about 50 pounds, man. It ain't easy, I tell you. When you get my age, when you get my age, the metabolism slows down. You got to work extra hard. You know. All right. So, what's up, Memphis? So I asked God, you know, if the Iraqi dinar was ever going to be valued, right? Because, you know, people was talking about it from 2013 all the way up to like 2019, and then you don't hear that much about it anymore. Currency 365, brother Johnny, used to talk about it a lot, but he doesn't talk about it that much neither. I don't listen to Benny, so I don't know if Benny still talks about it. So I asked God. Then I had my brother in the Lord ask God to see if he would get the same answer or a different answer. So he got the same answers I did. So basically the Iraqi dinar is not going to strengthen against the dollar in the near future, right? It's still going to happen, but not in the near future, right? So basically, in order for the Iraqi dinar to revalue, right? For one, we're in economic difficulties, right? We know that. And we're heading into more worldwide economic difficulties, right? So we know that, right? And we know that there's a big market crash that's supposed to be coming next year if the righteous prayers don't start praying and fasting against it. And we know that the dollar is going to be devalued in the near future because whenever the UK money devalues, ours is next, right? And we already know our government is going to start dumping money into the system again because whenever the UK does it, we follow suit, right? So because the dollar is going to devalue some, you know, that's the dollar is going to be devalued because of the debts of America, you know, because of our debts, right? So they're going to be pouring more money back into the system in the very near future to so-called pay off our debts. You know, they're going to print more money to pay off our debts because remember the prophecy I gave you when this first started? The Lord said they were going to overdo it. When I gave you the word for 2022, how many of y'all remember that? God said they were going to overdo it. They were going to realize they overdid it, and it's going to start hurting their pockets, and we're seeing that. We've seen millionaires wiped out. I mean, since this crash has happened, because I told y'all last year, God said this crash was coming, and it was going to be up and down all through the year. Trillions of dollars have been lost by millionaires have been wiped out. People with those high-end pension funds wiped out. 401ks wiped out. Stocks wiped out. Look at these big companies, these hedge funds. Didn't I tell y'all hedge funds was going to rise? I told you this in March. And haven't they rose? That's why the economy, I mean, the stock market is the way it is. You know, I'm not a guru, no financial advisor. I'm just a prophet. All right. So, now, Iraq has a lot of resources because of oil, right? Now, Iraqi Dinar's oil, hold up. I gotta make sure I'm saying this to y'all right. Okay, now Iraq has a lot of resources because oil is sold in dollars, right? So this leads to the dinar having less value. So because Iraqi dinar oil is being bought in dollars, it causes our dollar to devalue, right? So for the dinar to increase in value, more there would need to be more changes from the selling of oil away from the dollar. So in order for the Iraq dinar to revalue, it has to stop being paid for in USA dollars. See, USA dollars is preventing Iraq dinar from revaluing. As long as they're buying the oil in dollars, it can never revalue to come up against the dollar. It can never, Iraq dinar could never revalue to the point where, let's say every 3 dinars is $1, right? For American dollar, right? So every 3 dinars is $1. That can never happen as long as the Iraq dinar oil is being bought in dollars. There has to be another currency to be traded far as the USA, but not the dollar, right? So they would need to change from selling of oil away from the dollar. This may slowly begin to happen as crypto use expands. And recently, there was an article that Iraq dinar was going to start to accept payment for oil in crypto because they are not able to receive it in USD because of their sanctions. So Iraq dinar is going to be accepting crypto in the future, which could be at any given time right in the future. So let's say they start paying for the oil with crypto. That's taking the Iraq dinar money system away from USD. So then maybe the Iraq dinar can revalue. So see, this whole time people been telling you, oh, it's about to revalue this day, that day. They all were liars. Because as long as the USA dollar stands strong against Iraq dinar oil, it can never revalue. They have to completely switch to another currency, which would be cryptocurrency. And there's an article that's out saying they are about to accept cryptocurrency as payment for their oil. So once they start doing that, after some time, then the direct dinar can revalue because it's no longer being bought against the USA dollar. It's being bought against crypto, which is international. USA don't own it. This is why they're bringing out these regulations on crypto, guys. Because let me tell you something, crypto is more expansive and more dominant than we think, right? So if they start regulating it, they can control it. They were supposed to come out with a Fed coin this year, but I told y'all a couple of months ago, God said it was going to be delayed. Powell came out and said it's going to be delayed for a couple of years. Why is it going to be delayed? Almighty God. Because he saw something that we didn't. Are y'all still here? I don't see any comments coming up. Y'all know how I be on here. Put it in the comment. Y'all still here? Even if I can't see your comments, I'm gonna still keep going. Put in the comments, Apostle, we here. That's how I'm gonna know if they're being held again. Okay, because you know, look, it is a beast coming on here. It is a battle coming on this platform. You know this. You know it is a beast. It's a battle. You know, I'll be like, God, help me fight this battle today. Every morning I ask God to help me fight battles, regardless, because you know the enemy always look. You know the enemy, Yahushua, the devil, he is always lurking. He's always watching. If he's not, his minions are. And they always around the corner. They always in every crevice. They're always in every crack. They're always in every hole. watching, hoping for an opportunity. Hoping for, and if they can't get an opportunity, they try and run havoc. So, okay, so if the article is true about the, Iraq going to start to accept cryptocurrency as payment, then there is a big chance that the Iraq dinar can revalue. Now, if Currency 365 was on here and other people who are experienced in these Iraq dinar things, they would agree with me. So how would I know this if God didn't tell me? Right? I mean, I know stuff about it, but how would I know this? So, guys, if they do start accepting crypto as payment for their oil, there's a high chance that the dinar can revalue and America can't do anything about it. I remember I had a vision years ago, and I had told people, I don't know how many of y'all remember, I saw Satan's foot on the neck of the Iraqi dinar. I saw his foot on it, right? And then I saw America's foot on it. And I didn't understand that. Now I understand. See, their money cannot revalue as long as they're getting a pay against the USD, which is the United States dollar. As long as they are trading in that for their oil, they can never ever revalue. So that's why I saw the neck of America and the neck of the enemy on their money. So once the cryptos start being accepted over there, it's nothing anybody could do. Eventually it will rise. Even with sanctions, it will rise. How much? I don't know. When will it rise? I don't know. Do not ask me. Do not inbox me because I don't know. I don't know. Okay. Also, the Lord was telling me that the Vietnam Dong. All I can tell you is the Lord told me the Vietnam Dong has a lot to do with silver. I don't understand that, so don't ask me. The Vietnam Dome has a lot to do with silver. There's something to do with silver that's going to be backing up the Vietnam Dome in the future. And that's what's going to make it revalue. I don't know how silver is going to be backing up the Vietnam Dome, but that's what the Lord told me. And the Lord told me that silver is more important than we ever think. Everybody keeps focusing on gold, which is good because gold is very valuable. And years ago, I saw gold going up to 1,000, 2,000. Then I saw it go up to 4,000 and then 5,000. Now, so far, it's going to 1,000 and it's going to 2,000. So prophecy is coming to pass. Now we're going to see 3, 4, and 5 in the future. I saw silver going from $20 to like 100. Then I saw it 500. Then I saw 1,000. I didn't see silver past 1,000, right? But the Vietnam Dome, the Father says, has something to do with silver. Silver is going to be something like a backing for it, and and that's all I know. So please don't. I know y'all don't inbox me. Don't Nick, my brother. I love you, but don't be Instagramming me about this because I don't. Nick is good for that. I love you, Nick, though. But I don't know nothing else. Like I'm not a financial guru, nor am I a financial advisor. I'm just giving you words from the Lord. Okay, so. The Lord showed me in a vision this morning. I was praying, and after I prayed, I fell asleep, right? He told me not to mention the man's name because if I do, he's going to try and come for me. And okay, the way God is, he's going to try to come for me, right? But he ain't going to be able to come for me. But God just don't want me to go through the discomfort of him coming for me, right? But so you're going to know who it is when it happens. There is a big apostle. He's on TV and everything. And I know you're like, apostle, that's a lot of them. But you will know when he drops dead. The Lord told me his name straight out. First he showed me his face and then his name. And he said his time is coming to an end. He said, I want you to share this. But do not divulge the name because he will come for you. And I don't want you going through that comfort. And God don't want to have to strike him before his time. Because the way he going to die, in such an embarrassing, shameful way, people are going to know he was never of God. Don't play with God. This man, this great so-called apostle on all the TV channels everywhere, claiming God is with him. Going to die in such the most shameful and embarrassing way. And people will not be able to deny that he was not a God. I was like, whoa. And God said when it and you will know who he is. You will know who his apostle, prophetess Rosalind Solomon was talking about. And that's all I can say on that, right? Then this morning while I was sleeping and I was waking up, I heard the voice of the Lord say, they will change daylight savings time forever. I'm like, what? And then he said it again. I said, but Daddy, they already changed daylight savings time. He said, they will change daylight savings time forever. So guys, they're going to change daylight saving times again. I don't know if it's going to be individual states, individual countries, or if it's going to be a worldwide thing, but they're going to be changing the daylight savings time forever. And it is to benefit their agenda in some way. Now, if God give me more, I will give it to you. But that's all he told me. It is to benefit their agenda in some way. The Lord also told me, now this is going to shock a lot of y'all. I got so much stuff, right? You melatonin people, that's what I'm going to call y'all, melatonin people, because melatonin people is everywhere. And they're in every nationality. Even white folks mix them with us, right? The Lord said that and if you don't believe me, please confirm it with him. The sun gets his energy from the melatonin people. What? The sun cannot exist. You hear me? The sun is two of them. Y'all know that. It's in the book of Jubilee. The sun itself, S-U-N, cannot exist without melatonin people. Why you think they trying to breed us out? And they want to block the sun. You know they want to block the sun. We've been doing that for years, but they can't do it. God ain't letting them. But why you think they trying to breed us out? Why you think they killing the melatonin people off? Why you think they want to breed us out? Because the sun is based off our melatonin. That's why the Egyptians were worshiping the sun. And they say that Satan is a sun god. Let me tell you something. He ain't no sun god, because for one thing, he ain't create the sun. God did, right? So how he gonna be a sun god when he didn't even create it? Y'all don't think create the sun nor the moon. Our father did that, right? So first of all, how's Yahuah, aka Satan, Lucifer, all of them, gonna be a sun god when he ain't even created it? That's what God told me. I was like, Daddy, but they say that. God was like, how can he be a sun god when he didn't create it? He said, I am the sun god. I created it. I am the moon god. I created it. I am the earth god. I created it. I am the heavens god. I created it. I am man's god. I created man. That's what he told me. So don't be calling Luke the Yahuah sun god, because he ain't. He may be the god of this worldly system, the Babylonian system, but he ain't no sun god. Anything he ain't create ain't here. See, he created the Babylonian system, so therefore he's the god of that. He created this wicked worldly spirit that we're dealing with, so therefore he's the god of that. The reason why they call him the prince of the air, not the god of the air, because God created the air. So see, he's the prince of air only because he messes with communication. He messes with communication. He can start weather, bad weather. You know, he changes the words in the Bible spiritually through spiritual communication. So therefore, he's the God over that. But anything that he did not create, he can never be the God. He's not the God over money, nor is Mammoth. Okay, paper money he is the God over, because paper money was created by man through his instruction. But what backs money? What backs greenbacks? What backs hedge funds? What backs stock? What backs crypto? What backs any type of monetary system? Gold, silver. Who made that? Who made that? So therefore, God is the God over gold and silver. And therefore, God is the God over all money. Mammoth is just an imposter. He's an imposter. Okay? The manly system created the green paper money, foreign money. Yes, man did that with the instructions of the devil back in 1776 or 1775. But you cannot have no money if you ain't got no gold and silver. Without gold and silver, money is worthless. Crypto, stock, hedge funds, any monetary system, any monetary government, our government, government, foreign governments are worthless without gold and silver. So who's the God of gold and silver? Our daddy. Don't get it twisted. Don't let the devil fool you. Mammoth is an imposter. The devil is an imposter. His entire kingdom is imposters. Why they say, oh, the devil's over the medical system? No, God is. Who gave the doctors the ingenious wisdom to be able to do the things they do? They go to school, right? But technically, who gives that kind of wisdom? God. What the devil does, he comes in and he messes it up. He adds his little two steps to it. You know, he changes stuff around. So then they say that they start calling it his. The devil's a liar. The devil's a liar. Just like it says in what is it, Revelation 6, right? It talks about the horsemen, right? If you read Revelation 6, you'll think you're in the book of Revelations. I told y'all in 2019 that the enemy was going to try and bring the book of Revelations to pass. And it's going to seem like he was getting away with it, but in the end, God was going to stop him. If you read Revelation 6, it'll seem like we're in the fourth horseman. There is a horseman that comes that makes everybody want to kill themselves. There is a horseman that comes that brings the famine and death. Then there's the red horseman. I think that's the one that we're supposed to be on now. Beyonce album cover, one of them anyway, had a red horseman on it, okay? And a black one, so she's letting you know what's going on, right? We know deal with her. So if you read the book of Revelations, you will think you are in Revelations. So many people think we're in days. But what they're missing is this. There's a lot of stuff that Daniel saw, like I teach constantly. There's a lot of stuff that Daniel saw in the book of Daniel, right? God told him to shut the book. It was so notorious and so overwhelming to Daniel. He could not handle it, right? So how can the income, when the rest of the book of Daniel, which is hiding somewhere in the Vatican, the Lord told me that, how can end time come? How can so-called rapture, it's really called the gathering, read Ezekiel. How can that happen if the rest of the book of Daniel has not happened? He saw a lot of AI stuff. He saw a lot of hold on, y'all, I gotta take some water. He saw a lot of AI stuff. He saw a lot of technology that is unphantom to our eyes, unphantom to our minds, stuff that we couldn't even possibly think of. He saw it. So the Bible says that this world will not pass till everything comes to pass, right? We know many books are missing from the Bible, right? Like this, the book of Baruch 1 and 2. I think 2 talks about 21 seals. But in our Bible, King James, they only talk about, what, 6 or 7, right? But it's actually 21. Then there's a mystery seal, which is the, I think, 9th or 10th seal, which God said we're in now. And can't you see it? Did we see the COVID coming? Did we see the monkeypox coming? Did we see anything that we're seeing in the past 3 years coming? We didn't have a clue. God did not tell me about these viruses and all this stuff that's been happening until December 2019. A lot of y'all remember, right? Did we know 3-4 months later, which was actually 2-3 months, January, February, that the greatest virus that to hit us in our time, and greater than any other viruses, because it's killed more than any other viruses, I think, or just about. Did we know that this was coming? No. Did we know all the stuff we're experiencing right now was coming? No. We're in the mystery seal. It's either 9 or 10. The seal of the unknown. You don't know what's coming. This is why I tell people to get the book, the Scepter book. Scepter, go to scepter.com. And the book of Baruch 1 and 2 is in there. Because it's very hard to find the book of Baruch 1 and 2 for free online. And if you do, it's been diluted and messed with. Right? So if you get that Scepter, you'll learn it's 21 seals. Why do they only put 6 in the Bible? I'm going to tell you why. It is a mystery and a secret God revealed to me a while ago, and I'm going to reveal it to you. The reason why it's only 6 seals in the Bible is because man is 666, right? But actually, there's 2 breeds of people on this earth. You have man, which is the soul and the spirit. Then you have the immortals, which are spirits with souls. So you have soul humans with the spirit, and then you have spirits with the soul, which are the immortals, which were there when God created the earth. They Yah was there before them, but then they came after Yah. They saw Yadathar's fall from heaven. You know, they saw all the terrible things he did. They saw everything with Adam and Eve, Chiwu and Adak. That's their real name. They saw everything. But the human souls didn't see that part. The human souls came after the fall of Yadatharth. They were created to crush his head like Yah did. See, the immortals are the ones to guide the human soul. The immortals are the ones to teach the human souls. The immortals are the one to prepare them for heaven. The immortals are the one to tell them what was really going on in the heavens. The immortals are the one to teach them about their father, about the Messiah, about their mother. That is the jobs of the immortals. So this is why the immortals get fought harder than anybody else. See, Satan doesn't know who the immortals are, but he figures it out after a while. You know, as he watches your ministry, as he watches you, he sees how God deals with you. He starts to figure out, okay, that's an immortal. I'm going for him, right? So that's the difference. So Yadatharth has the true Bible. The Lord told me this. The true Bible that was written by God's apostles and people. The devil has it. This is how he was able to go in the Bible and change things around. This is why you'll open the Bible. It used to say the lion and the lamb. Now it says the lion and the wolf. They even changed the sinner's prayer. They changed so much in the Bible. And then they flipped the Bible about, 500 to 1,000 times. They done made different Bibles. So every time they make a new Bible, it change. And then they're about to come out with another Bible. I told y'all that, right? There's going to be more changes, right? So the reason why he's able to change, because I used to ask God, why do you let him do this? Because he has it. So this is why he's able to go in the spiritual air of communication and change things in your Bible without you even noticing until you go back and read it. And then some people don't even notice it. They don't even, it goes over their head. They just be like, wait a minute, didn't it say the lamb and the lion? But now it's saying the wolf and the, wait a minute, didn't it say this prayer? Anyway, but people who woke, the woken people, uncomatosic people, know something ain't right. Right? So he has the original Bible. This is why he's able to change that. So now the reason why there's 6 seals, and then I'm going to get back to the prophecy. There's 6 seals because 666 is the symbol of man, which were the soulish, the soul spirits that were created after the fall of Lucifer, Yadatharth. Those are the 666. The ones who are the immortals, they are the 999. Okay, and I'm getting to that. There is a book of genetics. Now, I'm not a genetic scientist by no means. But there is a small little book about genetics. And Pat has sent me this video, and I was like, all right, I'll look at it. So God was like, look at it. So I went and I looked at it, right? And then it took me on this serious journey that I did not know God wanted me to go on. So he used the little birdie, which was Pat, to send me the video, to send me on a journey for the past couple of weeks, right? So I found this book. It was written, 80 years ago, right? These genetic scientists went all around the world and they did tests. And they realized that every race and nationality had 6 genetic genes. Now, mind you, they didn't test any of the colored people in America or other countries, but they went to Africa and tested the colored people. The reason why they didn't test the colored people in America and other countries is because they know our lineage comes from Africa. They know that every colored person in whatever ethnicity, if you're Dominican, Spaniard, Jamaican, Brazilian, and you got melatonin in you, your family somewhere along the line, somebody ancestor over there in Africa, the motherland, the womb of man, right? Mama womb in Africa, right? So when they went over to Africa, they realized that the melatonin people of color had 999. the order of God. See, they taught us that 9 means death and destruction. That was taught on purpose. 999 does not mean death and destruction. It means the ordinance and structure of your God. So the melatonin people, colored people all over the planet, not just black folks. If you look like this, darker, maybe a little lighter. Even if you mix with white or any other nationality, you got 50% melatonin in you. You have 999 genetics. So what does that mean? When I was reading this little book, it said that the African people and all that descended from Africa are superior to all other nationalities because we have 3 more genes. Monkeys have 3 genetic genes. Kangaroos have 4 genetic genes. Apes have 5 genetic genes. Mankind has 6 genetic genes. But all who originated from the melatonin country, Africa, have 9. And they are superior. The reason why they have not been able to be superior is because the melatonin people have been suppressed. When they see you excelling in school, they suppress you. The only thing they don't suppress you, and if you do your research like I did, you realize like in sports, all melatonin people rule. It's way more of them in sports than anything. If you look up on actors and comedians, they excel way more than their counterparts. Anything that the melatonin people do, they excel way more. But they can never be brought to the true potential because they're being depressed. And guess what else I found out? From God himself. The reason why there is racism in the world. The reason why colored people, I don't care if you Dominican, because Dominicans don't want nothing to do with us, but they can't run from us. Because I'm going to tell you about them in a minute too. I don't care what nationality you are. If you're black, you're black. I don't care what language you speak. You're black, you're black. I don't care if you're mixed with half white. You're black, you're black. I wouldn't care if you only had 25% in you. You're black. That's how the world looks at you. You black. You can say you mixed all you want. You're black. You got 1 ounce of this in you. You black. That's what they said. Right? So, the reason why there is racism toward melatonin people, period, is to keep you suppressed. See, we slept on the spirit of suppression. Once you suppress a person or a particular group of people, they cannot excel. They will start to hate each other. They will start to hate themselves. They will start to branch out into other nations of people because suppression has pushed them to the limit and they want to get out of this suppression. So they feel that they mix with white people. They mix with this, they mix with that. They'll be accepted more. Don't matter. You got an ounce of black in you? You black. And you going down like a black one. I don't care, like the Dominicans, they want to separate themselves from us because they won't want the stigma. They come over here to look for a better life, but they want to separate themselves from us. But when something happened to them, they want black people to back them up. Nah, you go to your white counterpart. That's who you want to, that's who you really want to be like. But let me tell you something about Dominicans. While I was in my search, there is, let me pull it up real quick, and then I'm going to get back to the prophecies. But the Lord, I've been trying to get this stuff in, but I just been busy, so hold on. I'm waiting for this thing to open up. All right, there was a Dominican group before the Dominicans that we see today ever existed. They were called the Tinos, T-A-I-N-O. T-A-I-N-O. They were the first Dominicans, and they were all black. All black. Some crisper black. Some as black as this shirt. And some were light as me and lighter. Guess what? They were wiped out. Ain't none of them surviving. The Dominicans we see today are the descendants. I'm talking about the melatonin ones. You know, even some of the ones that look Puerto Rican or look white, their ancestors as well. It's just that they started mating with the British people and they started mating with the Quakernoids. So therefore it started to wipe out the Dominican of color. So now this is why you see white look at Dominicans, Spanish look at Dominicans, dark-skinned Dominicans, dark Panamanians, dark Spaniard people, dark Brazilians, or white-looking, because the British colonies people, and when white folks started coming around from the European land, I'm trying to show y'all a picture of them. I don't want to take this phone out because it's hard to get it back in, but I'm going to have to so y'all can see the picture of them. Hold on. Y'all see? Black is I don't know what. Take a screenshot. Hurry up. Did y'all see it? Hey, I found these pictures on. You'd be surprised what you can find on Google. You'd be surprised. All you gotta do is look. Google got a lot of stuff. They done took down a lot of stuff to hide truth, but they got a lot of stuff. So most Spaniards, most Brazilian people, most Quebec people, any type of Spaniard person besides the as well as the Dominicans, originate from the race of the Taínos, Taino. When I found this, I was shocked. I was shocked. And the Lord was like, that's where the Spaniards come from. Yeah, the Spaniard granddaddy was black. He was black. Okay, so you Spanish people, especially you Dominicans, this for you. I love y'all. My grandfather, he's been reincarnated, I'm sure, was half Dominican and half black on my mama's side. So that made my mama partially Dominican and black and white. And my daddy, grandma, my daddy's mother was half Australian and half white. My mother's great-grandparents were half German and half white. And we got Spaniard from my cousin Peanut's side, which is dead now. Alright? So most black people got Spanish in their bloodline. Most black people got Navajo Indian in you. Because guess what? The Indians originate from the Tango tribe as well. See, they try to tell you that these Indians were white colored. No, blah, blah, blah. They was right here in America. Let me tell you something. They teach us that we all came from the jungle of Africa. Ah, the devil's a liar. They teach us that we didn't know how to live in cities. What I gotta keep up with my phone. Text. Sorry, y'all. They try to teach us that all us black colored people come from the jungle, swinging off of trees, eating bananas, acting like an The devil's a liar. Do you know how many black colored people was right here in America before Christopher Columbus? And that's another thing. He wasn't white neither. He was black. I read a book on him and seen his picture. He was black. And they keep whiting us out. And it makes no sense. They keep whiting us out. All right. Wait. They keep trying to white us out. Christopher Columbus was a black man. Google it. They might have took it down by now. But there's books out there to prove it. Right? He wasn't white. The first president of America wasn't white. He was black. His name was James something. He was black. Look it up. See, that's why you put a book in front of black folks, they won't read it. They won't read it. They keep blaming everything on white folks. You can't blame everything on the white folks back in the day. You need to blame yourself. You need to pick up the book. We ain't slaves no more. We ain't entrapped on the plantation no more. Jim Crow ain't here no more. The lynching ain't here no more, although they still trying to keep it up. So you free. Black people, colored people, you free. Pick up a book and read it. Go buy you some books. You got no money, ask God to get to you, just like I did. He'll do it. Black people of color was here before Christopher Columbus. The black one found America. Indians were not first. That tribe right there, the Tino tribe, is the granddaddy. And the African tribes in Africa are the granddaddies and the grandmamas. The Indians come from us. The Indians that you see today, although they don't look like us, the ancestors did. The Chinese, Asian people, Korean, China, Japan, although they don't look like us and act like us and can't stand us, their granddaddy and grandmama was black too. Everybody on the planet was black. Everybody. Until Satan started bringing his children on the planet. Because I done taught you, Daddy created white folks from another planet. They weren't meant to be on this planet. I taught y'all that years ago. But Satan brought them here. Coconoids in the mountains. White folks come from the coconoids. Look it up. Cave people that couldn't read or write or nothing. That's who they come from. Not trying to make nobody feel bad. Do your history. It's on Google and it's in books. They started mixing with our melatonin people. And that's how you getting all these different shades of colors of Spanish, blacks. This is how you get them. Everybody started out black. I don't care who don't like me. I don't care if you don't like what I'm saying. I don't care if you don't like the truth. The truth is the truth. And if you Google it, it's right out there. Books that cost hundreds of dollars, thousands of dollars. Some cost 20, some cost 30. Buy them. You'll see that I'm telling you the truth. The knowledge that's coming out this head right now is from God and from reading books. Everybody was black. Colored people. No other nationalities existed in the beginning until mixture started. Then when mixture started, this is why you got white Chinese, white Japan, white this, white that. Then you got black Chinese, black this, black that. Even Hitler, and I had the book and I lost it. I got it from Germany. Even in Hitler's book, he said America stole daddy's jewels, the coloreds. In his book, it had pictures of colored Asian people, colored Indian people, colored this, colored that. So now you know why racism has started. Because if you continuously be racist toward a nation of people, a group of people, a tribe, eventually you will push them out of their own existence. They won't want to exist anymore in that existence. They will seek other nations to mix their seeds. And this is why God don't like mixture. They will seek other nations to mix their seeds because they think if they mix their seed, they can hide their suppression. They will be treated better. And it doesn't help at all. Or they may treat you nice on the surface, but let it be against you and them. You'll see. You'll see. Because in every person that does not have any type of melatonin in them, there is a genetic gene of racism. It's suppressed in a lot, and a lot it ain't. But when something happens that will cause that genetic gene to come out, it will come out. I was watching something on the news the other day. The young man had gotten into a car accident. He has dreads. He was black. He was going to a chiropractor, but the lawyer needed the medical records, right? And in lawsuits, usually the doctor doesn't get paid until after the lawsuit. So this doctor was a white doctor, and he did not want to give up the records. It was on the news. He did not want to give up the records until he got paid. So him and the black man got into an argument. The white man called the black man a nigger, told him he was uneducated, told him he needs to cut his hair because it was nappy and disgusting, called him all kind of racist names. You see what I mean? The gene is there. The doctor was nice till he said the doctor was so nice. He said he did not understand what happened because that racist genetic gene is in every white person on the planet. Anybody that's not black, if you Chinese and you look white, if you Spanish and you look white, you Jamaican you look white, you British Jewish, whatever you are. I'm telling you the truth. You can Google this. You can buy books and learn it like I did. And then God will tell you. Every non-melatonin person on the planet has a racist gene. Where did they get it from? Education, Jim Crow, lynching days, slavery days. When they went over there and got certain Israelite tribes and brought them over here, they whited out everything. All presidents have been white except for Obama. He was half black. All leaders normally aren't black people unless you're in Africa. And those leaders are some of the most suppressed and corrupt leaders on the planet in Africa. You wonder why they so corrupted over there in Africa. They had to be to survive. So if you are a person that does not have an ounce of melatonin in you, you need to pray and ask God to take that racist gene out of you. Because trust me, it will come a day that someone will bring it out of you. And you will realize who you really are. That's a devil's genetic gene. So you need to pray right now. Father, in the name of Yeshua Jesus, if I got any type of genetic genes in me that makes me a racist person toward melatonin people or any other kind of people, please remove it from me now. Root it out. Take it out. Because I don't want it to rear its ugly head and cause me to miss you. Cause me to have to come back here again. And I go all the way back to Adam and Eve, my mother and father's side, step-parents side, it's God-parents side. For my racist ancestors and in past lives. And I stand in the gap for them and I ask you to forgive them too. And cancel this racist seed implantation covered in soul tie with the devil himself. Cancel it out of my bloodline, out of my children, out of me, and any bloodline that goes after me. In Yeshua's name, sealed with the blood of Yeshua. Because we all, no matter what color you are, what race you from, you originate from melatonin people, whether you like it or not. So you Dominicans, get over yourself, boo. Because yo, Taintino, T-A-N-I-O, black. And that's where you come from. You Indians that think you own the land and you supposed to get reparation. Nah, boo. The melatonin people supposed to get that because your daddy was black too. You Asians, y'all, so many Asians think they're so much better than everybody in the world, especially black folks. You ain't better because you come from our lineages. You're black people. You come from us. So people need to get over themselves and accept the truth. And you black people, you melatonin people, stop going out of your nationality to evade suppression, to be accepted. Face up who you are. You are God's jewels. He made you first for a purpose and a reason. And he chose you for a purpose and a reason. So accept who you are. Stop going out to try to mix your seeds, to unsuppress yourself, to be accepted. You will never be accepted until God make it so again. I don't care who you marry. I don't care if your babies come out with brown, pretty curly hair. I don't care. They will never accept melatonin people on this earth until he allows them and makes them. So nothing you do will change. No matter money, bleaching your skin, fake weave, fake nails, makeup, being like them, I don't care. They will hate you until God comes back and changes it. Oh yes, some will leave this chat. But look, when I signed on, long before I came to this earth, when I signed on with God, and long before I came to this life, I already knew that I would be one of the most hated of God. And it's more out there because of the truth that I speak. I chose to be a vessel for the Lord. I chose to speak for God. I chose to tell his people the truth and bring them back to him. I chose this. And I knew the hate would come. I knew people would want to kill me. I knew witches would come for me. I knew Satan would bring the greatest battles ever to me. But guess what? Also, my daddy, my mommy and Yeshua, would get me through them all. Dust off, refined, clean, like gold. I am confident in my God. I am confident in my Father. I am confident in my mother. And I am confident in my Messiah. That they will always protect me as they promised me. And I will make it back to heaven as they promised me. And many of you will too. Many of you too. Let me see if she texted me. I gotta hurry up. Oh, she ain't here yet. All right, so that is what I was, well, I couldn't release it until God told me to release these things. So you melatonin people, whether you black, Latino, whatever, but you're melatonin, whether you're half white, half Asian, I don't care. You melatonin people, you got 999 genetics. You are supreme. God made you supreme beings. Now you know why racism is here. It's to keep you suppressed so you'll want to go and mix with other nations. Satan's trying to white us out. Hasn't he been trying to do that since the beginning of time? Look at the Israelites when they left Egypt. Hasn't he been doing that since the beginning of time? What makes you think he ain't doing it now? What makes you think he has stopped trying to wipe out the melatonin? See, I ain't going to just say black folks. Because black folks ain't the only melatonins. You got melatonin in every nationality. Except for the white people. They have to mix with us. They have to mix with us. Everybody else got black folks in them. Whether they like it or not. Even the black Sicilians. Yeah, I've seen black Sicilians from Italy. Some of them blacker than us. Some of them blacker than us. And a lot of these black different nationalities don't want nothing to do with black folks. Why don't they want anything to do with us? Because we are some of the most suppressed people on the planet here in America. Black melatonin people in this country are some of the most suppressed people on the planet. It is such a bad stigma. So it makes all these other melatonin people want nothing to do with us. They want to embrace us. Even some Africans don't even like us. And because black people, melatonin people in this country have been so suppressed, and it's made many of them to become baboons. That's why they call them baboons, apes, and monkeys, because they act crazy like that. You know monkeys act crazy. You know apes, baboons, they act crazy. They jump on trees, they do this, they do that, they scratch their hiney, they do everything, right? So this is why they call black people those things, right? Then, black people hate each other. Don't want nothing to do with it. Black men have like 75% of them have just left the melatonin black woman and gone to white and other nations, but mostly white. And now the black women are doing the same thing because they want to be loved. They want a man, they want a husband, and they can't find it in a black man. And mostly a lot of the black men that's left don't want to work, on drugs, thugs, gangbangers, you name it, want to beat you up, don't want to take responsibility. So who wants that kind of melatonin man? So they go for the white men. And they marry them just as much as the black men in America marry the white women and other women. So they're doing a good job of making our race, of black people, melatonin people, hate each other. Even in India, they have people darker than you and me. They ostracize them. They want nothing to do with them. They don't even want to marry them because they don't want that dark color in their lineage. So what do? They go and bleach their skin. In Africa, they got bleaching parlors because they want to look like white people so bad. Black women wear this European wigs and lace fronts and all of this because you want to be like the Europeans. You want to be like the white people. You want to be like them. Why? You don't want to be like yourself because you're so suppressed. You're so hated by the world. It's made you come from out of who you originally are. Women and men of Zion. You got to stop letting the suppression of this world change you into something that you are not meant to be. You weren't born with that long lace wig. You wasn't born with those dragon lashes. You wasn't born with those fake eyebrows. You wasn't born with nose rings and all of this stuff. Makeup, plump lips. You wasn't born to dress as sexy as you do today. We are not this planet, we must stick out. We must not look like the world. But many of the melatonin people in this country and other countries starting to look like the world. Melatonin women think that they have to have long hair to be accepted. So why do you think the melatonin women, especially in this country, is getting all these fake wigs? Because you want to fit in. You don't want to be known for who God really made you to be, because you're too suppressed on that side. So in order to relieve you of the suppression, you're going to go and buy fake hair and put it in your head. You're going to go buy fake lashes, put it in your head. Makeup, fake eyebrow, put in your... Some black women even act white. They do. Some black women don't even have black friends. They got white friends. And men too. You deny your own race and your own color. When you do that, you deny your God, because your God look like you. I've seen God a numerous amount of times. And I've seen y'all. And many of you have seen y'all. And some of y'all have seen God. And they ain't white. God is black as I don't know what. The Ruach is just as dark. Yeshua is bronzy dark. Even in the Bible it says he had burnt feet, burnt face, and nappy hair. That's what it said. It ain't nappy, it's coarse. So, black women, stop going and buying this fake hair, trying to be like European women, thinking you'll be accepted. You black men, stop threatening your women if they take that mess out their head. Stop wearing that makeup. Stop it. Let your women and women of color, women of Zion, embrace your beauty. Embrace your natural beauty that God has gave you. Embrace your thick, coarse hair. Short hair, whatever it is, even if you bald. Embrace it till God grow it back. Embrace your lashes. Stop taking your eyebrows off and painting them in. Let your eyebrows grow back. Stop wearing all this messy makeup that got body chemicals in it. Stop being sexy and having everything hanging out thinking you could get a man. Just virtuous. Come from among them. Be beautiful for God. When you look like the world, God can't, let me tell you, when you look like the world, God can't see you. But when you don't look like the world and you look like him, he can see you. And see, that's how the church been tricking y'all. But the church teach y'all, oh, God don't care about your outside. He care about your inside. Oh, all God cares is salvation. Let me tell you something. God does care about salvation. God does care about your insides, but he cares about your outside too. Because let me tell you something. When you come to God, right, and you're supposed to be virtuous and righteous, whether you're a man of God or a woman of God, why is you still wearing Satan's makeup that got human chemicals, human stuff in it? Why you wearing lace front wigs you wasn't born with? Why you wearing somebody else's hair that's dead or man-made that you wasn't born with? If you are truly changed in God, you won't have no taste. Let me tell you, when I came to God after 2 years, I had no taste for the world anymore. I had no taste for makeup, fake hair, and all of this stuff that I used to do. I have no taste for it. Because when you are changed in the inside, it will eventually come on the outside. When they build a new building, how do they start? They structure from the inside. Once they get the inside fixed and beautified, they start working on the outside. That's exactly how God is. The devil has tricked you, making you think that all God cares about is your outside. God created you. Why would he not care about the outside? He wants you to be in the image of him. If you got makeup on, fake hair, hair dye, changing the structures of your hair, all this sexiness, how can you look like God? How can you look like the Ruach? How can you look like the Messiah? Do they have fake makeup on? Do they have fake hair? Do they have fake lashes? Are they dressing sexy? Are they bleaching their skin? No. So how can you look like God? You look like the devil. I'm going to keep it real. When you got makeup, fake lashes, fake hair, you look like the devil. When you're dressed as sexy, boobs out, pink hair, green hair, you look like the devil. If you got curly hair, you permanent to be straight, or you got straight hair, you permanent to be curly, you looking like the devil. Guess what? Read Isaiah 3 or Isaiah 6. I wrote a book about it on Amazon. You look like the devil. You don't look like God. When you was born, you didn't have no lace wig on your head. When you was born, you didn't have no hair dye in your head. When you was born, you ain't had no perm in your head. When you was born, you didn't have no drawn in eyebrows. You had real eyebrows. When you was born, you didn't have dragon lashes. You had your own. When you was born, you didn't have red, copper, blonde, gold lips. You had pink lips that God gave you. You wasn't born with none of this mess. And you got the audacity to say you look like God? Oh, heck no, you don't. You look like your father, the devil. And if you don't like it, I could care less. Want to know why? Because if I see you in heaven, you high-five me and thank you. That's what I care about. If you say you are in the image of your father, then be in the image. He don't wear no wigs. He don't dye his hair. He don't draw on lashes. He don't draw on eyebrows. He don't wear dragon lashes. He don't paint his lips color. He don't put makeup on. He don't dress sexy. And he doggone sure don't fornicate, shack up with a man or a woman, lie, cheat, smoke, do drugs, hate, jealousy. He's none of that. But if you are, then you are not of him. You are the devil. That's your father. You can sing church all you want. You can praise God all you want. But the devil sitting right next to you saying, yeah, baby, you mine. Until you wake up and realize you really ain't in the image of God at all. You are just a form of him. And the only reason why you still alive, you may be blessed, is because he loves you. And he wants you back. But there will come a time, season, and a day that he will let you go and let the devil have you if you don't come back. And then you'll have to go through the abyss and come back again and do it all over again. Look at this face. Look at it real good. I ain't never gonna lie to you. I'm gonna always tell you the truth. And if I risk you not loving me and liking me, that's okay. If I risk you hating me and wanting to kill me, that's okay. Because you can't kill me. I won't leave this earth until God says it's my time. But if you want to hate me, dislike me, gossip, talk about me, say I'm crazy, think something wrong with me, that's your prerogative. But guess what? I'm going to keep going. And guess what? I'm going to keep being blessed. And guess what? If you keep it up, you will be cursed. All right, so now let's get back to the word. Let's get back to the word. You are talking about the mission. I'm talking about all Hebrews. All right? Let me tell you, there are so many people that genetically comes from the bloodlines of the 12 tribes of Judah. It'll blow your mind. People you think that's not connected from the bloodline are connected. When you mix with white folks and you have children with them, your children are connected. And the white people are connected too. Because what does it say? When a man cleaves with a woman, they become one. So if a man marry a white woman, or a man marry a white Asian, guess what? They have been adapted into the tribe too. If they are accepting God. If they're not accepting God, they still are the tribe, but they are from the wild tree. If they accept God, they're from the wild tree and the righteous tree. Okay, yeah. So if they're not a God, they're still in the tribes. That the blood doesn't stop. They're still in the tribe, right? But they're on the wild tree. They might wind up going to the abyss and having to come back. But if you're on the righteous tree, let's say you married a white man or Asian man, y'all of God, you love God, that spouse is adapted in, like it says in Romans 8, is adapted into the tree. So even white folks can become Israelites. And you know, I know you got a lot of these Israelite men on the street talking about white people going to die. Ain't no white person in heaven. The devil's a liar. God has made concession. It's called the wild tree. It's in the Bible. You know, they might have reframed it. But if you go to the 1611 Bibles, they're in there, right? And they're telling you, oh, white people ain't getting in heaven. The devil's a liar. Whoever loves God gets in heaven. Doesn't matter what color you look like. You don't think God made concessions when Satan's children came and mixed with God's children and created all these different colors within the colors? You don't think God made concessions for those people? Didn't God give the gospel to the Gentiles? He took it from the Israelites and he gave it to the Gentiles for a time and a time. And it says the Gentiles' time is coming to an end, right? So what does that mean? The Gentiles' time is coming to an end. What that means is this. God gave the gospel to the Gentiles. Now he's about to give it back to the original people. How many do you know your God? He will not end anything until he has finished what he started. He started out giving the gospel to our ancestors. They ain't know that. So he told the apostle to take it to the Gentiles until a time and a half. And the times of the Gentile will end soon. When that happens, and it's beginning to happen, he will give the gospel back to the original people he was meaning to give it to. And that is the Israelites. Now, our ancestors are not here. Some of us are our ancestors because we're reincarnated beings. Right? So those same ancestors that were back in those days are living in these days if they haven't made it to heaven already. So we, as the descendants of those ancestors, will carry the gospel like our ancestors were supposed to do. This is why all kinds of truth is coming out. This is why all kinds of stuff is coming out that people never heard of. And they're finding this in the Bible, and in lost books, and in the Sikh. You know, they're finding out that the Ruach is our mother. Like it says in Proverbs, she is wisdom. Sophia is wisdom. She's our mother. And it's in Ezra, it's in the books of Solomon. It's everywhere. People are starting to realize our God is black. Because in the book of Solomon, he tells you the Holy Spirit and God is black. You know, and I've seen them. I'm with my own eyes, and many of you know this, and some of y'all seen them, right? So people are starting to find out they were lied to. But see, you have two different type of people. You have the people who want to accept the truth and who will accept the truth, and you have the people who will resist the truth, who don't want the truth, who don't want to know the truth because they don't want to give up the lie that they've learned that has engulfed their life. They don't want to give it up. They don't want to give up the sin. And then they lie to them have devils and demons in them too that fights against the truth. How many of you know where there's truth, there's lies? Where there's righteousness, there's evilness. Where there's good, there is bad. Where there's happy, there's a sadness. So whenever the truth is, and the truth starts coming out, the lies try to fight against it. But see, lies are made from darkness. Truth is made from light. So eventually the truth will prevail. And most people will see the truth, know the truth, but will want to still stay in the darkness of lies. And those are the people that you can't save. Those are the people that God don't even want you to deal with. Once you tell them the truth, they don't want to accept it. They want to fight you. They want to do this. They want to do that. Those are the ones you need to leave alone and lead them to God. And those are the ones that are most likely going to wind up in the abyss because the devil has took them over and they don't want to change, especially if they got a religious spirit. Now, the ones who want to believe, the ones who want to go to God and pray and ask him, is this true? The ones that want to go buy books, the ones that want to read the Bibles and read this and read that, those are the ones that's most likely to make it to heaven and don't have to come back. So you got two types of people. The ones that want to go to the abyss and the one that want to go to heaven. The one that want to live in the darkness of light and the one that want to live in the light of heaven and the truth. You have two different type of people. And that's just how it is. And you must know this. If you choose the side of God, if you choose to walk in the light, you will be hated. Just like our Messiah was. He told us this. You will be hated. You will be prosecuted. You will be ostracized. They will want to kill you like they wanted to kill me. They want to tear you down. They want to destroy you. They don't want you on the planet. They will hate you when I bless you. They will hate you because you love me. They will hate you because I love you. They will hate you because I favor you. They will hate you because you favor me. They will hate you because I live in you. They will hate you because you live in me. They will hate you because you live for me. They will hate you because I chose you. They will hate you because I called you. They will hate you because you answered me. They will hate you every time I promote you. They will hate you every time I elevate you. They will hate you every time I put you up another level. They will hate you when I give you your husband. They will hate you when I give you your wife. They will hate you when I give you your children. They will hate you when I give you wealth. They will hate you when I give you knowledge. They will hate you when I give you invention. They will hate you because you are mine. So we as children of God, we must expect these things. It's all part of the purpose and the plan and the destiny. There's nothing we can do about it. But just pray to God. Whenever it happens, we pray. He takes care of it. Some things he will let us go through. Some things he will let us suffer through. But in the end, there's a great reward and a great lesson learned. And then you can be a testimony to others. You can prevent others from going through what you went through because they can't handle it. And they will die in the process. But because you went through it, you know how to navigate them. So you become like your Messiah, his little Savior. leading them out of the wilderness right to him. All right, so here's the rest of the word, because I'm going to have to go. All right, so the LUNC. Okay, I'm going to tell you about Daniel's too. The LUNC, it was like two nights ago. I was praying about the LUNC again. LUNC Classic, not LUNC 2.0, but I was praying and asking God if Coinbase and another one, what was the other one? Coinbase, it was Robinhood and another one. I was asking him if they was ever going to carry LUNC Classic and LUNC again. And the Lord told me it will be a struggle with the LUNC 2.0 because of Taquan, the guy who created it. But the LUNC Classic would eventually be on Coinbase, Robinhood, and it was I don't know if it was it Kraken? I'm not sure, but it was another one he showed me. It might have been Kraken, but don't quote me on it. That the Classic was going to be on Robinhood and Coinbase, but I don't know when. And I think it was Kraken or another one, but I don't know when. But they working on it. And then he told me I hope I'm saying it right. US. Man, wait. Let me see if I put it in the phone. Hold up. Because I want to make sure I give it to y'all the right way. I think it's called, I don't have it. I think it's called UST. It was once pegged to LUNC Classic. They're going to repeg it. So they're going to repeg it. So I'm going to look it up and get me some of that. They're going to repeg it. So I think, do y'all know what it was? Could somebody help me out? Was it, USDC? That's what it was? USDC? Hold on, y'all. You won't be leaving no more, your nasty little adult comments. They mad at me. They keep trying to leave their little nasty comments. I delete them every time, and I block them every time. And then they think they come on here and do that? Nah, you're going to get blocked, boo. You ain't defiling anybody on here to come to your little nasty thing. You know what? They ain't nothing but devils. They ain't nothing but devils. Okay, USD. Okay, that. All right, that's what it was. They're going to peg it back to LUNC Classic. I don't know. I think it was like $1.50 before this UST thing, right? So I'm gonna get me a little bit of that, right? And so they're going to connect that. Oh, it was $1. Oh wow. Okay. So they're gonna connect that back to LUNC Classic, but don't inbox me on Facebook, Instagram, nothing like that, because I don't know when this is gonna happen. I don't know when Coinbase or what's his name, Robinhood and Kraken, I'm not sure if it was Kraken or not, are going to upload the Classic, but they will. But the LUNC 2.0 is going to be a struggle to get Coinbase, Robinhood to upload it because of Duquan, right? Then he showed me the LUNC Classic going to 10 cents, then 20 cents. But one day it's gonna go to 100 because I saw that. I saw 100, then I saw it drop back to 50. I even saw it drop to $25. But before all of that happened, I saw it 10 cents and then it went to 20 cents real fast. And remember a couple months ago I saw zeros dropping from it, and I think 3 have dropped from it. So that prophecy came to pass. I saw another zero dropping before this year is out on the LUNC Classic. So it's going to be a 0.00 something. 0.00 something. And then I saw it go to 10 cents and 20 cents. Now, I don't know when it's going to go to 10 to 20, 10 cents or 20 cents. That might not be this year. It will definitely be next year. But I did see another 0 being dropped. Just like I saw 3 zeros being dropped a couple of months ago. It has happened. Y'all know the video should be on here if it wasn't taken off, right? And I saw it dropping another 0, right? So we're definitely going to see it drop another 0 before the year is out. We may even see it drop 2 zeros before the year is out. But I only saw 1. But it could be 2. I'm just saying for my own self, it could be 2. But I did see 1 0 drop. Now, as far as the 10 cent and 20 cent, I have no idea. But if it doesn't happen this year, it will definitely be next year. For real. Definitely. All right? Okay, so now, the Lord gave me Daniel 12, verse 10. Daniel 12, verses 10 to 13. But I'm going to put it in a nutshell. The Lord said, many will be made righteous, and the devil cannot stop it. He will restrain Yahushua, a.k.a. Lucifer, for a period of time from carrying out many of his diabolical things to make people fall. God will restore many to righteousness at this time in Yahushua Jesus' name. So, he gave me the time when Joshua and his soldiers was at war, right? And God stopped the time, literally, and the sun didn't move for a period of time for them to fight this war, and they won. God is the God of repeat circumstances. There's going to be a time in the very near future, our eyes, I don't know if we will notice it or see it, but there will be a time in our generation, in the now, God is going to stop time. Will we notice it? I don't know. But God is going to, hold on y'all, God is going to stop time for a period of time. I don't know how long. And when he does this, he's going to get a multitude of people. He's even going to bind the enemy up in his entire kingdom. I know y'all like, wow, I never heard this before, but it's going to happen. He's going to bind Yahushua in his entire kingdom. Demons, spirits, witches, warlocks, wizards, you name it, occult, you name it. Bind them all up for a certain time. And when he does that, multitudes of people are going to become righteous, like literally overnight. And when he unbinds the kingdom of darkness and unbinds time, you will be shocked of the multitude of people that have come to God. And these people, the enemy will never be able to get back. Never. So God told me to tell you, just like God said, I'm going to prove to you that this is my prophetess that's talking to you. Because I stopped the time of Joshua so that they can win the war. And I shall stop the time so that my Joshuas of this world will win the war again. So I don't know if we're going to experience this or see this. It can happen when we sleep, guys. God can stop time when you sleep. However he's going to do it, I don't know if we're going to see it or not. But I know when it's finished, we're going to be shocked at the righteousness that's on this earth. The Bible says in end days that his kingdom, he already told me, although it's more people in hell than it is on this earth, I told y'all that. He said it's more people in the abyss than it is on this earth. But it's more people in heaven than on this earth and in the abyss. Although many people don't make it to heaven in our time, there was many before our time that did. And many didn't have to come back. And the ones that did come back, they came back willingly because God asked them. Right? So, and when it's all said and done, God's kingdom is already huge and it's going to be even huger. It's going to be even huge. So, I don't know if we're going to experience this or see this, but we're going to do it. And excuse me, and read up on that scripture about how God stopped the time and the sun and all that for Joshua. Right? And what else was it? It was something else y'all supposed. Okay, I told y'all 10, 20 cents to 0. Man, it was something else. Oh, he told me something about Elon Musk. He told me there were 2 coins that was associated with him. But I don't know if he's behind these coins. I mean, I know he's behind some coins, but I don't know what coins. And God has not revealed that to me. But the Lord told me that there are 2 coins. Wait, hold on. The Lord told me that there are 2 coins associated with him. The Lord didn't say that he owns them or that he's behind them. Actually, there's 3 associated with him. I forgot about Doge coins. Somebody just told me. But it was 2 coins. God didn't say anything to me about the Doge coin. I'm not saying, I mean, y'all remember that vision I had in June 2021 where I saw sheep going extremely high, and then I saw the Doge coin going so low, and it was barely moving, but that sheep was taking off. And then in October of last year, that sheep took off like I don't know what, and that was the 3rd time. And Daddy said we got 2 more times, and the other 2 times will be way bigger than the other times, right? But Doge wasn't moving. It was just stuck there, right? But anyway, these 2 coins God showed me that are associated with Elon Musk. But I'm not saying Elon Musk is behind these coins and he owns these coins. And this is not financial advice, nor my guru, nor am I telling you to buy, sell, or hold. But I'm just telling you what God wants me to share with you. It was a coin called I hope I'm saying it right. Elon, which I don't have. And then the Dogecoin coin, which I do have. And I've had that for over a year now. And that coin just not doing nothing. I mean, nothing. I even sold some of it. You know, but I kept some of it. But I sold some of it, right? And I don't know when it's going to do something. It was supposed to be doing something this year. But like Daddy said, a lot of things have happened beyond our circumstances. And things were changed, right? So hopefully next year. But anyway, it was... I hope I'm saying it right. Elon, I think it was spelled E-L-O-N-D. Don't quote me on it, right? I don't have that. I don't even know really anything about it, right? But the Lord gave that to me, and he gave me the Dogecoin coin. And he was showing that these coins were rising up in prices. Don't know when. So don't ask me. But he showed me, just like he showed me the sheep coin, right? And just like he showed me the lunar coins, he showed me these coins rising up. And first he showed me Elon Musk's face. I was like, what are you showing me him for? Right? And then I think it was spelled E-L-O-N-D. Elon, I hope I'm saying it right. Do y'all know what's the name of the coin? Do y'all know? Let me Google. Alright, I should have did this before I said anything. Hold on. Is there a such thing as an Elon coin? Why the phone went?
According to Coinbase, the native currency of Dogecoin, Elon, is an Ethereum-based token.
Oh. So it's one coin then. It's Dogecoin Mars Elon. E-L-O-N. Oh my goodness! It's the same coin. I thought it was 2, because he showed me Dogecoin, D-O-G-E-L-O-N. Then I saw E-L-O-N-D, I thought. But it's really D-O-G-E-L-O-N like he showed me. Then E-L-O-N. So is that the, hold on, let me see if that's the same coin. Hold on, y'all. Why you want to be slow today? Okay. So it's called Dogecoin Elon, but then it's called Elon Balance. E-L-O-N-B-A-L-A-N-C-E. Okay, that coin was rising. Do not inbox me. I know y'all, and ask me for special privileges and information, because I ain't giving it to you, because I don't know. Just like I didn't know she was going to go up through the roof 4 months later. All right, when God showed me. right? I didn't know. So don't be inboxing me. Can you tell me? Cause I'm special. No, boo. Just cause you're special don't mean you privileged. See, you could be special but not privileged. You could be special but not privileged. All right. So I saw the Dodge Elon balance coin shooting up like a I want to say it could have been like a rocket or like a shooting star or like sheep. And I ain't see it come down. No, but I saw she come down, and those prophecies are coming back. I saw she going past 9%, or however you say it in the dead. I saw she dropping 2 zeros, and y'all know I said it, and it's on here somewhere if the video's not removed, and it did. And she is going to drop another 0. I told y'all, remember it's supposed to be 3 zeros dropped this year. They done dropped the 2 already, from 6 to 4. Now there's 1 more to drop. Will it reach, I saw it going to $1 one day, but I don't know when. Will it reach a penny this year? I can't tell you that. But I only saw 1 0 dropping this year. So I doubt very seriously if it makes a penny. But I know 1 0 dropping from 4 to 3 makes a big difference. Because look at Luna Classic. It dropped 3 zeros. Look how much money people have made off of that. Right? Look at LUNC 2.0. It started out with a multitude of zeros. It's $2 and some change. Although that was going to have a lot of problems and struggles, but it will eventually get its footing. But the LUNC Classic is going to surpass it, and then that LUNC 2 will be behind it. You know, but Daddy had told me to take my money that I had left in the LUNC 2 out and put it in LUNC Classic. But I'm not telling y'all to do that. I'm only telling you what God told me. And again, I'm not telling y'all to sell, hold, or buy. I'm just telling y'all, like I've been telling y'all for years, so nobody ain't suing the crap out of me. I plead the fifth. I'm just an apostle. I'm just a prophetess of the Most High that's sharing. And the Lord and want me to share. And I'm going to tell you that too. I don't want to share. I don't even want to talk about these coins anymore. But I have to obey God. And obviously, he's still trying to give people a chance to get in. Some people probably was hesitant, or maybe they didn't have money, or they didn't believe it. He's still trying to give people a chance to get in, because he want y'all to get whatever you're supposed to get for yourself, your family, and use it for the kingdom. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying that these coins are wealth transfers, because there's no such thing as a wealth transfer. It's transferring from the wicked to the righteous. I'm not saying that these coins and stocks and stuff. God is going to transfer wealth from all kinds of places and things. From old money to new money. So don't just depend on these coins and stocks and all of this stuff. You know, don't depend on that. Because sometimes when you looking at one thing that you think God going to do, he turn around and surprise you and do something else. Right? And although sheep is going to drop a 0 and it's going to have just the 3 zeros, right? And people will make money while everybody busy looking at sheep. Look at LUNC Classic. And I told y'all 5 months ago, take some of your sheep money, put it in there. If you did, you would have been happy now. You would have been happy now. And if you do have sheep and you got a lot of it, ask God, should you trade something for that LUNC Classic? I'm not telling you to do that, but just ask God. But like, while y'all busy looking at sheep, what is it, XRP, and now LUNC, but LUNC is going to do good. XRP and what's that other one? Sheep. XRP and sheep will eventually go up substantially. But who's to say that another coin that people slept on, paid no mind to, come up and raise higher than sheep and XRP put together? What if sheep and XRP are not the first coins to pop off? What if it's Rosalind Elon, like I saw? What if it's XLM, Ethereum, Bitcoin? What's other coins people sleep on? I can't think of none. Clover Finance, you know. What if it's not going to be sheep or XRP in the beginning? What if it's going to be another one? What if it's not going to be AMC stock or APE AMC stock? What if it's a stock you overlooked, paid no mind to? See, everybody's focusing on that sheep. XRP, you slept on Luna Classic. This prophetess right here was the first one to tell you that they were going to create 2 coins. They were going to keep Luna Classic and make another coin. I was the first prophetess to tell you they were going to have a fork. I was one of the first prophetess to tell you that Classic was going to suppress the Luna 2.0. And then there's Jesus is Lord. I think he was saying something about it. But you slept on me. Bet you won't sleep on me no more, will you? Because every coin the Father shows me, it always comes to pass. So don't sleep on what I've just told you. But think about it. What if Sheep and XRP, because look at Luna Classic, it has surpassed Sheep. Yeah? It has surpassed XRP. And no one saw that coming. But I did. And I told y'all about it. And I told y'all about it. And what happened? And what happened? Hold on. Hold on. And what happened? Didn't Luna go up? So stop focusing so much on Sheep. XRP. Wealth transfer. Because God may use something totally off the bat that you didn't see coming. And the wealth transfer that you call it, which is the money from the wicked to the righteous, can go a totally different way than you could ever imagine. Every time you turn around, somebody got a She vision. Somebody got a She. All you got to do is look at their channel. When they start telling you they had this, look at their channel. And if they had a channel that was very low, nobody was listening to them, and all of a sudden they talking about She, you need to question God. Did they really hear from you, or are they saying this to get on the bandwagon to bring people to their channel? Because a lot of that is going on. And when they start giving you dates when it's supposed to happen, you better run. Because there's no dates. God's not giving no dates. He could give months, but he ain't giving no dates. So if anybody telling you dates and the date come, it don't happen, I'm not saying they're a false prophet. It's just that that prophecy was falsified from their own flesh. Because you got a lot of real prophets out here. But sometimes prophets aren't perfect. They'll mess up. And sometimes if they got a big channel, right, and they got a lot of people following them, they get pressured. They do, because they're like, oh my God, I don't want to lose all my followers, so I got to come out with something. So then they just pray to God, but they don't hear nothing. So they come out with their own flesh to keep you excited, to keep you coming to the channel. So this is why you have to pray and ask God, look at their channel and see if they ever talked about Sheep and these coins before. And if they got very little followers, pray and ask God, did they really hear from him, or are they doing this to bring people to them? And I'm telling you, wait on him and he will answer you. Because I've come across a lot of them. People keep sending them to me. And I'm like, Daddy's like, I didn't tell them that. They want to raise their channels. And then there was 5 out of them. I know he said that the guy Jesus is Lord. I can't remember his name, but I know TC talks about him. The Lord told me that he was really hearing from the Lord, and that's been proven, because he was the second prophet after me to tell y'all that Biden was going to win. And he saw visions and I saw visions, right? And he was also the second prophet talking about Lunic and Lunic Classic like me. Then everybody else started coming on the bandwagon. So the Lord told me this Jesus the Lord guy is a true prophet. He's a very true prophet. Although the prophecy about the 0 Bitcoin hasn't come to pass, it could come to pass next year. You never know. But I told you that it wouldn't come to pass this year, and we're seeing that, right? And the Lord told me that a lot of people uses his prophecies on his telegraph and whatever ones he put on the YouTube, but mostly his telegraph, that people go to his telegraph that's a member, and they take his prophecies and come back and lie on these YouTubes and Facebook and pretend it's theirs. I just heard about Mac Praise like a week or 2 ago. I prayed about him, and the Lord told me that Mac Praise, because I watched 1 or 2 of his videos that somebody sent to me, and asked me about him. So I watched his videos, and I was like, God, he's funny. And I was like, he's different, right? So then I prayed about him. So God answered me maybe 2-3 days later, and he told me, he said, this Mac Praise, which is in his real name, by the way, but that's his handle. He said that he is, and it's funny, y'all asked me about him because I totally forgot to tell people. It just left my head. But the Lord said that he was his son, and he was a true prophet, but he was unusual, eccentric. What was the other word you said, Daddy? Unusual, eccentric, and different. Unusual, eccentric, and different. And that the enemy attacks him a lot because of his anointing. The enemy attacks him a lot. And then the Lord told me he was musical. So I don't know if he got music out, but the Lord told me he was musical. He raps and sings. So do you guys know if he rap and sing? And he told me that his music was like blessed, but like he was going to take his music, his rapping and his singing, whatever he does, to another level. Remember the prophecy he gave me about, what's his name, Marcus Rogers in 2018? Remember he told me Marcus Rogers' music was going to become like #1. Marcus Rogers was going to be international. He was going to be well known. He's going to be around famous people. Prophecy come to pass. Mac Praise, which ain't his real name, that's what I see for him as well. I don't know if he's going to be as famous as Marcus Rogers is, but I know God's going to lift him up. I know the Lord's going to lift him up. And then the Lord said that Mac Praise guy has a heart for his people, but he goes through a lot of spiritual warfare behind the scenes. People don't know. So, you know, y'all might want to raise him up in prayer, but that's not his real name. But if y'all know his real name, let me know, so I could lift him up in praise. But prayer. But I just say Mac Perez, you know. And and also the Lord said that he needs to beware. So any of y'all that know him, let him know he needs to beware of people trying to latch onto him, because. And then the Lord even showed me that he has something to do with Marcus Rogers. I don't know if they know each other or not. Do y'all know if they know each other? But he has something to do with Marcus Rogers, right? But the Lord said he has to be careful, because many people are going to try and latch onto him and try and use his name to raise themselves up. And they're going to try and latch onto him like leeches. So he have to be careful, because, you know, leeches suck you dry. So he have to be careful of people latching onto him, trying to steal his anointing. And I heard the Lord say, steal his praise. And that's all I heard for him. So if y'all know him, let him, you know, take this little sketch of it and send it to him. I have no purpose to say this, because I wasn't even going to say it. You guys asked me. I actually had asked God about 2 weeks ago. I think it was a Janice. Somebody has sent me a video of him on Facebook, and people do that sometimes. And I'll pray. And I'll tell the person. But, you know, obviously God wanted me to tell you, all of y'all who listening, you know, because obviously maybe he wanted to get the message to him. You know what I mean? But I'm not saying this to use his name, because I don't need his name. I don't need anybody's name. I don't need anybody. God has built this channel up and me up on his own, and that's what he's going to continue to do. And any doors, opportunity that come is going to come from God, not from mentioning somebody's name. Some people mention people's names to get attention. I don't need that. Y'all know I run from attention. And sometimes God have to fight with me to say things, you know, because I'll be like, God, but I have to be obedient to God. I remember watching one of his videos. He had a word for Marcus Rogers. Okay, so that's the connection with Marcus Rogers. Okay, so do y'all know? Oh, he's a rapper. Do he sing too? Because I saw him singing. Does he sing or have like singers in the background? Does anybody know that? Because I saw singing too. He was praising God. Unless he just praises God singing on his own. But the Lord said he got to be careful, because many want to attach to him like a leech to suck him dry and take his praise. I always wondered about him too. Yeah, he's of the Lord. He's just different, unusual, and eccentric. And he gets, like the Lord told me, he gets different kind of prophecies than like I get. He gets prophecies on weird things, weird people. You know, stuff you be like, You know, and then sometimes he gets, you know, general prophecies like a prophet, you know. But that's what the Lord told me. I've heard of him, but haven't really listened to him. But we'll be praying for him. Yeah, pray for him. All right. Okay. So let me see. Make sure that was. I think I'm finished. I gotta check. Where is Sister Pat at? Why is she taking all day at the doctor's? Where's she at? Let me text her. I'm ready to go. Once I put my clothes on, I'm ready. Sister, answer. Okay, let me go back to make sure I gave y'all that. Okay, the borders. You're going to start seeing borders closing. You're going to start seeing other countries close their borders and block them. I don't know what's going to happen, y'all, but you're going to start seeing other countries closing their borders and blocking their borders. Something big is going to happen that's going to make people want to run to these other nations. And I don't know what nations they are, but we're going to hear of nations, countries closing their border and blocking their border for some reason. And we're about to see a force of nature on tectonic levels. Woo! A force of nature on tectonic levels, and it's from God. That hurricane that I've been warning y'all about for months and last year, that was from Daddy. It was supposed to hit Tampa. I said, Daddy, why did it not hit Tampa the way it was supposed to? He said they prayed. I said, what? He said it was such a great outpouring from Tampa, Miami, and it was another one that started with a D. It was Tampa, Miami, another part of Florida that started with a D, and it was another part of something beach. It was supposed to hit. These places, especially Tampa, prayed and cried out to God. It was a multitude of people. And then check this out. When I found out it was supposed to hit Georgia, I was like, wait a minute, Daddy. You didn't tell me it was coming to Georgia. He said, it's coming to the outskirts of Georgia. I said, oh, no, it's not. And I don't live in the outskirts, but usually when it comes to the outskirts, it's bad. And then it hits, we get bad thunderstorms and a little flood in certain places in Atlanta. And Atlanta did get a little flood. And then the electricity will go off. So I was like, oh no, Daddy, I know this storm from you, so I could pray. So I was like, Daddy, please let that monstrous hurricane go straight past Georgia into the sea. He turned around and said, I will let it go past Georgia, but it will go straight through South Carolina and then into the sea as a tropical. Do you know he did it? I gave y'all a word on my other channel. It's there. Videos don't lie. Like Brother Johnny said, once the video's there, you can't change it. So I got the word on my other channel. He let it pass Georgia. Just skated by. And it went straight through South Carolina. And he told me it would do damage in South Carolina, but nothing like Florida. And go right out into a tropical storm. Isn't that what happened? And I gave that word before it even happened. Daytona, yeah, that's what it was. I gave that word before. So you can't tell me a prophet or prophetess of the Most High. All he needs is one boo. I'm sure I wasn't the only one praying. I'm sure it was other people praying. It passes Georgia, South Carolina. But at the time, I was the only one in here praying and agreeing with my other brothers and sisters that was praying. And he did it. He did it. He did it. Yes, and he protected y'all. I reached out to a couple of people in Florida, and I prayed, and God told me he was going to protect his people. He wasn't going to let nothing happen to them. And then he lost that they had, he was going to restore. But that Fort Myers, remember that bad hurricane that happened a couple of years ago, and it wiped out islands like I told you it was going to do? Oh, my goodness. That place is uninhabitable. And it hit the Caribbeans, like I said. And they prayed, and they didn't have bad, but it was enough, right? So we got another hurricane coming. He told me, and I told y'all about 5-6 days ago, he said Hurricane Ida. Now, y'all remember back in 2017, he told me Hurricane Andrew was coming. And then Andrew didn't come, but a hurricane came like him. So you know when he gives me these hurricanes that already came, it means another one's coming just like it. So I had looked it up after the word, found out they had 19 hurricanes called Ida, and one came in 2021, and it was Category 4. So a Hurricane Ida, something like a Hurricane Ida, Category 4 or 5, is going to come. I even told y'all the hurricane that just came, it was going to be a 4 or 5, and it was a 4, and it was a 5 for a second, then it went back to a 4, then it went down to a 3, then a 1, right? So I don't know where this hurricane is going to hit. All I know is I saw 50% of Louisiana gone. So it could be there. I'm not sure. So don't take that, you know. But I did see 50% of Louisiana gone. Just like we see 100% of Fort Myers gone, right? So it could be Louisiana. It could be Texas. It could be up in the East Coast where I'm from, God forbid. He didn't tell me where it's hitting this time. You know, a lot of times he tell me where these things is hitting. But he ain't telling me. So all I can say to y'all is just pray. Wherever you are in America and abroad. Abroad, pray for America. America, pray for abroad. That wherever this hurricane gonna hit, don't let it hit where you at. And if it hit, don't let it be like the one we just saw, or like Hurricane Ida. And I prayed and I asked God to not let it have a loss of life. And he told me that it was going to be loss of life, and I told y'all that, right? And it was 100 and something people that died. But remember I told you it was going to be loss of life, but it wasn't. It was going to be I basically said it was going to be a lot, and it was 100 and something people. Is a lot. We normally don't hear that many people dying in hurricanes in our country, do we? Right? So it was quite a bit. And I told y'all it was going to be a monster, one of the worst storms in history. And they say it's number 5 as the worst storm in history and the worst storm of surge. Right? So these things happen. So when God tells me, or any other prophet you listen to that's truly of the Lord, that hurricanes are coming, and you know they truly of the Lord, you best believe it. So y'all better start praying that the hurricane don't hit you in this country or in another country. And if the hurricane does hit you and your family, that y'all be all right, y'all survive, God restore, and you can even ask God to cancel it, ask God to have mercy, but it's up to him if he's going to do that. But there's going to be a force of nature at such a titanic rate. It's unbelievable. So nature's about to act out, y'all. And when nature acts out, the animals act out. So pray against wild animals attacks on people. You know, pray against this force in nature that's coming, that it don't be as bad, but it's coming and it's from the Lord. But we can still pray, right? They gonna be changing the temperatures. I'm like, Daddy, wait a minute. First you said they gonna be changing daylight savings time for good. Now you say they're gonna be changing the temperature. I was like, I didn't know they could do that. It was like, don't they have a weather machine? I'm like, yeah. So our temperatures are going to be changing, and God not doing it. This force of nature he's doing, the tectonic force of nature, but the temperature changing, he's not doing that. So there's going to be strange things about our temperature. Just like I told you last year, the Lord said it would be cold one day, hot the next, and we've seen that. Many floods, storms, all of that has come to pass. Monkeypox came, like I told y'all on Facebook, and many of y'all know that, right? And everything he said about the COVID has come to pass as well, right? So now we're going to be seeing something about our temperatures being changed. We're going to see something unusual. Don't know what it's going to be, but we're going to see it. I don't know, a lot of y'all that's in Florida, y'all need to pray and ask God, should you move somewhere else? Because Florida's under a lot of judgment. Y'all get hit constantly. And it get worse and worse. So you need to pray and ask God, should you relocate? I'm just keeping it real with you. Somebody said that to me the other day. She was like, you know what? You people should just go down there to enjoy the beach. And I prayed about it. I said, Daddy, was she right? He said, yeah. I recommend some people pray and ask God should they relocate. And ask God to give you the money. Because he ain't finished judging Florida by no means. Because I remember I saw 3 tsunamis. But now I'm realizing they might not have been tsunamis. They might have been great floods. Because y'all done had 2. I saw 3. So the next one might actually be a tsunami. And wipe everybody out. So you need to pray. And pray that people repent in that state. And other states. Right? So we're going to see something about temperatures changing, right? Then the Lord says his salvation is coming. And we're going to see more about wars. They're not going to be world wars yet. But if the nation keep going the way it's going, we're going to see world wars in the future. But we're going to see more wars. Remember I told you something about Romania, Czechoslovakia, somewhere in another place I saw some trouble coming to. I hope it ain't got nothing to do with Russia. Pray, right? So, and I know Israel is going to be going into some kind of war soon. I told y'all that. And Gaza, part of Gaza too. And then the Lord said, a powerful person will fall from grace and because of betrayal. I don't know who this powerful person is. I don't know if it's a Republican, Democrat, President, Prime Minister, King, famous rich person. All I know, and it's not the apostle I told you about. That's totally different. The one I told you that is going to die in shame and embarrassment. This is somebody that has great power. And I'm hearing God give me the word actually in my ear right now. Political power. So it's going to be somebody that has political power. Now, a lot of these famous rich people, movie stars, they have a lot of political pull too. So it's going to be somebody connected to the political power. It could be from the White House, outside the White House. But a very powerful person. It could be a female or a male. God's not giving me logistics, but it could happen this year, next year, right? And the Lord said that many countries are going to be plugged into war, but they won't last long. So there's going to be some other countries plugged into war. What does plug mean? Okay, you got to put a plug in a socket for it to work, right? So that means it's going to be some type of pulling. Some type of pulling. They're going to be like pulled in to war, plugged in. But these wars aren't going to last long. They're going to be swept up real quick. And the Lord said many will wake up quick because of these many little wars. Many are going to wake up quick and see the truth of things. And then the Lord said, like I told you earlier, how He's going to stop time. He also said, man will have time of rest and repentance. So I don't know if this had to do with Him stopping the time and binding up the devil for a while, or if this is a different stage of time. All I know is mankind will have times of rest and repentance, and the devil cannot interfere. So we either going to have the time where He stops the time for people to come to Him, and when it's over, we're going to see it. And we also going to have another time of rest where He's not going to let the enemy interfere. That's what He said. So we're going to see other nations plugged into war, but it wasn't going to last long. And during these wars and after these pockets of wars, people going to wake up and see the truth. Now, the prophecy I gave you about Russia came to pass. I told you that God said that Russia was going to be punished for what it's doing. Look at that country. Look at that country. It's in shambles. They run into other borders, and the other borders are closing because they don't want it. They fighting against Him. Didn't God say that? And it ain't finished yet. It ain't finished yet. There's still an earthquake coming there too eventually. And Russia gonna have the worst storms, winter storms they've ever had. And the UK too gonna have a bad winter. And we gonna have somewhat of a bad winter too in certain places. And I kept seeing Texas, like I told you before. I don't know if their generators are gonna go out again like it did before, but Texas is gonna get slammed. Where I'm from, oh, I didn't tell you about. Did I tell you about the vision I had? It was like 2 years ago. I was back home in Jersey, and I was walking up a hill. When you see yourself walking up a hill, that's success, right? So I was walking up the hill, and it was so much snow to look like a ski slope, a ski resort. It was so much snow. This man was coming down the hill, and he had one of those, I forget what you call them, but they use them when they going skiing. He was skiing down the thing. I looked at him. I was like, what? And I had on my snorkel. And it was a Nautica snorkel. And I had my hood on. I had these big old furry boots. I had a long, like, corduroy skirt on and thick tights. And I was, like, warm and happy. And I had shades because it was sunny. I wear my shades in the winter, too. And I was just walking up the hill. I was just so happy. And I was looking at the snow. I was like, Daddy, this is some beautiful snow. I said, but it's a lot of snow. I ain't seen this much snow. I said, we've had 30 inches of snow, Daddy. I said, but this looks like 40. And I just walking up the hill just nice and happy, and it wasn't even that cold, and the snow was so pretty. It was like fur, right? So when I woke up, I was like, Daddy, are you telling me that up where I'm from it's gonna be a bad winter? He said, yeah. But it didn't feel cold. It was a lot of snow, but it didn't feel cold. And we've had times in Jersey, up that area, where it don't be cold, but you get a lot of snow, and the snow don't last, right? So that's what I saw. God told me something. He said we are moving into Thomas. Oh, me. All right, so I think that's all. Let me make check. Okay, y'all, everything. Oh wait, it's more. Wait, no, I gave it to you. Yeah, I told y'all that. Make sure. Because sometimes I put stuff in my phone and Daddy has to remind me. Okay, I'll tell you this real quick since Pat ain't here. Alright, the rainbow. You got two kinds of rainbow. You got God's rainbow and you got devil's rainbow. Right? But the devil's rainbow and God's rainbow, they are stargates. Do you know the rainbow is a stargate? Look up what stargate means. Matter of fact, I'm going to tell you. Hold on. What does the word stargate mean?
According to Wiktionary, Stargate, a hypothetical device consisting of a traversable portal that can send one to another location light years away nearly instantaneously.
Did y'all just hear that? Did y'all just hear that? I was like shocked when he told me this. I was like, are you serious? It's a portal? What? He said, and no pun intended to the royal family, he said, why do you think it was a big rainbow around where the queen was when she died? I said, Daddy, so are you trying to tell me they took the queen through a portal? He said, absolutely. I was like, oh my goodness. He said, they took her where she from. Oh, Lord have mercy. I fell out. I said, they took her from where she from. That's why the rainbow was there. So then he told me. Because usually when I see rainbows, blessing comes, right? Never fails. Even when I was halfway with God back in the day. But technically, when we see rainbows, it's not just blessings for you. It's an open portal of blessings. God puts the rainbow so you could see it. He's showing you he's opening portals of blessings on you. I was like, oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So guys, when y'all, ain't that real? So when y'all see rainbows in the sky, it was meant for you to see it. No matter how many people see it. Sometimes when I see rainbows, nobody around me sees it. Even Pat, she'll be, I don't see it. I mean, it's right there. Like, I don't see it. And then sometimes she'll see it. and she get blessed, right? And so I was like, wow, I'll never see rainbows the same again. So from now on, when y'all see rainbows, sorry, y'all got itch right there. So when y'all see rainbows, right, just know that God is opening a portal for your blessings to come forth, right? And then he said, why do you think the devil hijacked my rainbow? And I said, because of portals. So we're not going to get into that other stuff about what the other people use the rainbow for, but that is a portal to bring those type of spirits in to people. So when they're waving around the flags and all, that's a portal to bring it into other people. That's why it's spreading like butter. That's all I'm going to say about that. Right? And, but you could also pray about that too. So basically, the devil's rainbow is a trick to bring in deceiving spirits and other spirits that otherwise could not come in. So they need a portal. I was like, whoa, Daddy, this is too much. And I already made a video telling y'all about how we're energy, right? And when there's a lot of anger on the earth, a lot of murder on the earth, a lot of rage on the earth, a lot of rape on the earth, killings on the earth, people just dying, the earth reacts. So that's the elements, because we're connected to them. This is why witches and warlocks and wizards and Satanists and so forth like that use the elements against the people. They use the sun, they use the minor and major elements, they use the earth, they use the dirt, they use the grass, they use the sky, they use the clouds, because the spirit's there, they use the water, they use the wilderness, they use the tree. Because we are all connected to these things, because we come from the dirt and some come from the grass and the sands of the seashore and the silk, right? So we're all connected to these things. So when you have all this evil energy, angry energy, rage, rape, sickness, murder, mayhem, it makes the earth and the elements act the same way as us. So the enemy don't even need to use his weather machine. All he needs to do is use mankind. Keep us angry, keep us mad. I mean, a man's throat got slit in the subway in New York yesterday, and he died right there. He got into an argument with somebody he didn't even know, and the man snuffed him out, slit his throat. Didn't even know the man. A homeless man, two of them, on the train. A woman and a man busted one of them upside the head with a bottle and robbed them. These things that are happening are unheard of. Unheard of. What happened to get into an argument and walking away? Or beg to differ? The policeman down here choked his wife to death because of an argument. What happened to husband and wife arguing and fixing it? Another man was with a woman down here, 17 years, 3 kids. A relationship full of abuse. Got into an argument in the car. He pulled his gun out, shot her 14 times in the head, stomach, and she lived. And he was on Facebook taunting her. They haven't caught him yet. What in the world? So when these things happen, you're going to see storms, tornadoes, hurricanes, and it's God's judgment as well, all mixed in there. Weather machine, all mixed in there. So people, we need to learn how to control our emotions, because the earth will react. So will the elements. See, people don't even know how serious this is. Y'all don't even know how much you are connected to the earth and the elements and the sun. Without melatonin, people, it could be no sun, no moon. People don't even know half of the sins that's coming on this earth. Half of the judgment is you are bringing it yourself. God is enacting it because he is the one over judgment. But you are bringing it upon yourself. It's scriptures in the Bible that backs this up. And the devil just using us just to destroy our own planet and mankind. He's using mankind to destroy itself. All he got to do is sit back and watch. And then the Lord, I told y'all I had a vision about the Matrix a couple of years ago, right? And I told y'all the Lord said we are trapped in it. And he just reiterated that to me again last week. We are trapped in the Matrix. And he told me to remind y'all that a woman never came from a man's rib. That is a lie that the enemy has placed in the Bible. A woman never came from a man's rib. He said, if a woman came from a man's rib, then why does everybody have to come through a woman? Why don't they come through the rib? He said, I do not start out one way and then change and do it another way. You know, hold on, yeah. Okay. Oh, wait, why I do that? Hold on. Y'all, just don't pay no mind to this gremlin. You nasty little gremlin. Hold on. Wait. My phone. Y'all, look, I don't know why it won't go small again. I try to. Okay, wait. Hold on. I'm trying to make it go small. Hold on. Look, it's still big. Hold on. It won't go small. Okay, there you go. Don't pay attention to that nasty gremlin. I will get. Oh, somebody did it for me. Thank you, because it's gone. It's just the devil trying to bring distraction. That's all. So the Lord said, if you don't believe me, pray and ask him, and he will show you or tell you like he did me. That is a lie that the enemy placed in the Bible for his own purpose and reason. Everyone on this planet comes from a woman, not a rib. Mama Ru came through God's alliance, just like the rest of us did. And then the rest of us came from her womb. All right. So Daddy says that we are trapped in the matrix on this earth. And that this earth is an earth of school and many lessons. And he said that anybody that chooses, everybody that's on this earth has chosen to come here. And he says everybody that chose to come here was very brave to come here. He said everybody who chooses to come here, they celebrate you in the heaven for coming, because they know how difficult it's going to be for you every time you come. I was like, wow, because you're trapped in the matrix. Wow. That just really took me there. That took me. All right, also, you see right here, you be hearing like psychics and people saying, let me get my speaker for this one. You be hearing psychics and everybody say this is where your third eye is, right? Okay. It's not really a third eye at all. We have spiritual eyes, God said. That third eye comes from the devil. That's New Age. I mean, a lot of New Age stuff is really of the Lord, but the devil hijacked it, right? But that third eye stuff, that's really New Age witchcraft, right? We have a set of spiritual eyes and a set of physical eyes. All right, so I'm going to tell you what they lied to us about. Excuse me. It's called our third eye, which is the devil's a liar. This right here is a fragment bone in the middle of your head. They use it to clone you in the spiritual realm and also in the physical and make a replica of you, and it's called a Zen being. How many of you ever heard the word Zen? Z-E-N. Comes from the chakra stuff. Ah! How many of you heard about it? I even wrote about it in my chakra book. This part of your head is so important. You don't be letting nobody touch you there, boo. In here, because this is your communication channel. Don't let nobody touch you there. This is how they clone you in the spirit realm. This is why you see yourself doing all kinds of crazy stuff and you're like, what? That wasn't me. This is where your altars come from. This is how you get fragmented in your soul, because your soul connected to it. This is how they clone people. They take this fragment bone because it has all the memory of them in it. And they can clone them and put the memory in them. I'm like, Daddy, you too heavy for me today. You too heavy for me today. Y'all better be, and you know, and I've always anointed myself here and here. You know, I anoint myself everywhere, right? But now, since I know that part, I anoint myself here. I pray over that. I pray over my kids, everybody, my family. Because this is how they fragment you in the spirit realm. So now you know, pray against that. Cancel that crap. So they can't do that to you. And it's not to say they won't try. You know? Hold on. And then another thing God brought to my attention. Cemeteries. Most cemeteries are like 100 years old, right? Most cemeteries been around 100 years or more. How come we never see or hear of cemeteries being made? We hear everything else being made, but we never hear of cemeteries being constructed or made. And I was like, you know what, Daddy? That's true. So, hey, Brother Jimmy. So where are all the dead bodies going? Okay, we know they probably are burying one or two on top of each other. But look at all the people who have died in the past 3 years. Millions. Why aren't they building any more cemeteries? Have you guys noticed that? They don't build cemeteries. God brought it to my attention. What are they doing with all the dead bodies? I mean, a lot of the COV bodies, people who passed away, a lot of them, I guess, was cremated, especially over there in India, you know, because they carried the virus, and I don't know, maybe it was hard, you know, from embalming them, I don't know, right? But look at all the millions of people who died worldwide, and here in our country. Where are all those people? Where are they buried? The cemeteries that we have in this country alone isn't enough for all the people who have died. So where are these people? Where are their bodies? Where are they taking them? And I asked God. He didn't say anything. He just wanted me to have that thought in my head. So what that means to me is he's going to eventually tell me. And if he wants me to share it, I will. If he don't, I won't. But he wanted me to bring to y'all attention, there are no cemeteries being built. So y'all can question God. Y'all can pray on your own. He may tell you before me. Also, a week, September 29th, you know, I saw Ted Cruz dying. I ain't putting death on the man. I'm just telling you what I saw. Ted Cruz passing away. Now, y'all know I've seen Donald Trump in the casket 3 times. I've seen Biden in the casket 3 times. You know, sometimes it doesn't always mean physical death. It can mean spiritual death, a death of a career, right? But I saw Ted Cruz dead. I saw Ted Cruz dead. It was like a newscast. Also saw a cargo ship full of people, September 29th. They were going to find a cargo ship. Did it happen yet? I don't know. They were going to find a cargo ship full of dead people. A big cargo ship full of dead people. So I don't know if it happened yet. I don't think it did. Then, I hope I'm saying his name right, Ron DeSantis. There's going to be some, he's a politician. Ron DeSantis, I hope I'm saying his name right. There's going to be some sticky situations for him. It's like they're going to cut him off at the legs. Do y'all know who Ron DeSantis is? His name came to me. Politician. Who is that? Can somebody tell me who Ron DeSantis is? If you don't know, say you don't know. If you know, say you know. Because I know he's a politician, and they're going to cut him off at the legs. Okay, conservative. So he's going to get portrayed. They're going to cut him off at the legs. And then the Lord gave me this September 27th. The true Israelites are about to be judged. The unrighteous ones. He gave me this September 27th, 2022. That he is about to judge a lot of Israelites. True Israelites. The unrighteous ones. The unrighteous ones. Trying to make sure. And he was giving me something about Antarctica, so I looked it up. He just kept telling me Antarctica's treaty expiring. So I looked it up. But it says that the Antarctica treaty started 1958 and it ends 2048. So that's like, what, 32, 42. It's 26 years away. But he said Antarctica treaty expiring. So maybe something's going to happen and it's going to expire before that time. Or maybe he's just letting me know in 20-something years it's about to expire. Alright, just making sure. Okay, and then the Lord told me to give y'all back in September, read Isaiah 40 and Isaiah 41. He was telling me how many is going to defect from Putin's army, and we're starting to see that. And then the major shift is coming in the world around Halloween. I told y'all that. More deaths and viruses are coming. Famines are coming. Pray for children, because many of them are going to be getting kidnapped. And watch over your children. Pray against anger and rage on the earth. And that was it for that one. I'm just going through my phone because sometimes he give me stuff and it ain't my fault. I forget because he gave me so much stuff. And then sometimes he'll tell me not to say nothing. And then he'll tell me to say it. Oh, and then he gave me, this is September, people dealing with spiritual marriages. He said you're supposed to cancel all your cells that was transferred. Like when a person goes through spiritual marriage to them demons, everything in you transfers in that demon. It's like you become one. You become woven with it. And everything about the demon transfers in you. So you're supposed to cancel all your cells that was transferred into the incubus succubus and all the cells that was transferred into you from the demons. For spiritual marriage, cancel it out with the blood of Yahushua Jesus. Ask God to remove it and replace your cells back in you, clean by the blood of Jesus. And then you're supposed to say that there is a bill of sale in the spiritual realm, which Yahushua HaMashiach, King Jesus Christ of Nazareth, has. He has a receipt. So his receipt, which is a righteous receipt, covers the evil receipt of the enemy. It is canceled out, the evil receipt of the enemy of marriage with the blood of Yeshua, because Yeshua has the bill of sales when he bought me, when he died on the tree on Calvary in Yeshua's name. So therefore, Yahushua HaMashiach's blood marries me automatically to him and not an incubus succubus, and his marriage overpowers any other spiritual marriage that has ever existed. So therefore I hold the bill of sale, the receipt, which is my marriage license to Yeshua HaMashiach, King Jesus Christ of Nazareth, and you'll get deliverance. And sis, if you're listening, write it down. Then the Lord said that when you find money on the ground, you must pray over it and break the covenant with any spirit, spell, or curse, especially incubus, succubus demons who can marry you in the spirit realm. You remember when you go into the mall, they have the water thing and you throw pennies in it? I told y'all, you definitely will be connected to the marine kingdom if you do that. But when you find money on the ground, I always did it though. You're supposed to pray over it, cover it with the blood, lift it up to the sky, and say, Father, I break all covenants on this money, all curses, hexes, vexes, embargoes, tags, logos, anything from the marine kingdom that can marry me through money. Do you know they can marry you through money? Go to a psychic. Go to a voodoo doctor. Once you give them money, you marry to him and them. I'm like, So sis, write that down too. Then the Lord said, pray back strength of money back to you and life, heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit in Yeshua's name. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't tell you these things because God gives me so much. And then he'll tell me not to say nothing. And then out the blue, I could be on here and he'll tell me to say it. So don't get mad at me. Somebody tried to chastise me. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to bleep you out. I deleted him. Right? So God said, pray back strength of your money. Pack back to you and your life, heart, mind, body, soul, and spirit in Yeshua's name. Then the Lord said, pray back strength of your helpers. Then the Lord said, pray back strength of your spouse. You could get a prophecy about getting married, and 10, 20 years could go by. That's because the strength of the prophecy has weakened. So therefore you say, Father, I pray back strength in my prophecy that I'm supposed to get married. I pray back strength in my prophecy I'm supposed to be wealthy, rich, or whatever. I pray back strength in my prophecy that I'm supposed to get a house. I pray back strength in my prophecy that I'm supposed to have a baby. I pray back strength in my prophecy I'm supposed to be healed in Yeshua's name, and whatever else you're waiting for, sealed with the blood of Yeshua. All right? And the Lord said, when we sleep, which we know, our soul leaves our body. Your spirit doesn't leave your body. The Lord told me this a couple of weeks ago. Our spirit belongs to God. The Bible says when one dies, the spirit goes back to God. It doesn't say the soul goes back to God. It says the spirit. So when we sleep and you see yourself, that's your soul. Your spirit is right there with you. That's what's keeping you alive. It's your soul. When the angels come get you, they come to get your soul, right? When you die and you destined for the abyss, your spirit goes to God, but your soul goes to hell. Without your spirit, your soul is doomed. Without your spirit, your soul is in excruciating pain. So this is why when the soul is in hellfire, the abyss, this is why the soul is in so much pain and agony and being punished beyond measures, because the spirit is not there. Ain't that something? Because the spirit is not there. Because the spirit is not there. Wow. So have you ever wondered why the Bible says the spirit goes back to God, but it doesn't say the soul? Now the soul will go back to God if it's a righteous soul. It will go back to God with the spirit. But if it's not a righteous soul, it's going to the abyss, and the spirit is going with God. And the spirit is going to remain with God until the soul is finished this time in the abyss, and the soul has learned this lesson, goes back to God. The spirit and the soul agree to reincarnate. If the spirit does not agree to reincarnate, the soul can't incarnate. But if the soul disagrees to incarnate, it has to, because it has to obey the spirit. Shocking! Isn't that shocking? Oh yeah, and the Lord gave me this word on September 17th. Hold on, did she? Oh, okay, I gotta go. All right. The Lord gave me this on the 17th of September. He said, California's governor will have some issues with himself and life. So Gavin Newsom, I think that's his name. He will have some issues with himself and his life. God gave me that on the 17th of September. I'm just making sure it's not anymore in here. Oh, he told me that this was shocking. He told me this like early September, probably August. That we have to be careful of the diamonds. Because, you know, he said we could wear wedding rings. So when you get engaged, or if you're a man and you buying an engagement ring, or you taking your future wife with you, always pray over the diamonds. He said, because some diamonds are made of human ashes. Yes, he did. That was shocking. I was like, are you serious? He told me some cars are made of humans. I told y'all that years ago. People made fun of me. They even made a write-up about me on a blog. Right? So please, ladies and gentlemen, and if you're married already or engaged already, pray over your diamonds. Ask God to remove any human fragments, ashes, anything from it, cover with the blood of Yeshua, and make it into a diamond it's supposed to be. You don't believe me? Pray and ask him. He told me this, I think it's back in August. And the Lord told me Mosul, M-O-S-U-L. M-O-S-U-L. It was once Nivea, and Nivea was once Ethiopia and Egypt. So Mosul, M-O-S-U-L, was once Nivea, and then Nivea was Ethiopia, and now Egypt. Wow. So the Ethiopian in Africa is still Ethiopia, but Egypt was once Ethiopia itself. We know Egypt is of Africa anyway. Egypt, in biblical days, it wasn't called Egypt. Although it's in the Bible, it was not called Egypt. That's why God says, oh my Egypt, oh my Ethiopia. How many of y'all seen it in the Bible? It's right next to each other. Oh my Egypt. Oh my Ethiopia. The devil telling us right before our face, Ethiopia was one. I mean, Egypt was once Ethiopia. That's why the Egyptians were black. Don't believe me? Pray and ask him. Pray and ask him. Mosul, Mosul, was once Nubia, and Nubia was Ethiopia, and Egypt was Ethiopia. What? We know the devil a lot and put a lot of stuff in the Bible that ain't right, but the Bible's still of God. Please pray and confirm these things. Just don't believe me. And read Kings 2:3. He gave me this September 10th. Read Kings 2:3 when you get a chance. I'm just going over all the stuff, making sure, you know, I'm giving y'all stuff that he had told me to hold off. Just making sure I got everything, because my ride is on the way. Okay. The Lord gave me this word August 29th, 2022. Samos Islands. I think I gave y'all this. Samos Islands is in Greece. Y'all gave me on 8/29/2022. And New Zealand and Australia. Earthquakes coming. Germany. Mudslides and rain flood. And monsoons coming in foreign lands. Tyranny will rise in some foreign countries. People will fight back against oppression. He gave me that August 29th. He also gave me Zechariah chapter 2, verses 2, 8, and 9. August 30th. Zechariah 2, verses 2, 8, and 9. I think that was it. If it's any more when I come back again, I will give them to you, because I gotta go. All right. So this is the end of the prophecies. Write them down. Hope some of you have been writing them down. Some of y'all should have my prayer book where you can write these things down. And no, I've also have an extra backup for it too. All right. So God bless everybody. Hold on one second. I gotta see something. We're gonna sing our way out of here. But I don't know what we're gonna sing. I need some water. Y'all love this song. Y'all told me that. And I made a video. Y'all like that. Because you care. I look to the mountains, for where's my help? I forgot, son. I'm trying to drown me. I have always known you are my everything. Lord, hurry to my aid. Are you on yet? Alright, so I gotta go now, y'all. So I'll see y'all soon. God bless everybody. Shalom.